Hello, Jason here. Today is November 19th, and this is your aftermarket update. So the last market update video that we did for you here was on the 13th of November. That was Thursday of last week. At that point, we were on a 9-day winning streak as we were heading into that Friday. We were able to successfully get through the Friday session with a nice win, and so we entered the weekend on a 10-day winning streak. As we opened up on Monday morning, we were fairly confident in what we were doing and the way that we were looking at the market, even though we knew that we were approaching the contract expiration on the CL. And if you're not familiar with what that means, essentially at the end of every month, middle to end of every month, the present contract on CL and most futures markets have their period of time that it will do this as well. But anyway, as you approach that time on the CL, volume begins to split, and the moves and the market acts a bit or behaves a bit more erratically. Unfortunately, as I was on a very nice long winning streak in the month of November, the market has a tendency to humble you if you start feeling overconfident or you're feeling like you've got the market cornered. And so that is indeed the case. What happened to me not only on Monday to break the winning streak, but on Tuesday as well. So as the market and we began to switch, and Tuesday was particularly difficult because the volume was split just about 50-50 for the entire session. And so when I am accustomed to moves, getting into a trade, and you'll see these in the videos, I get into a trade, I have a particular idea, a target where I think the market will get to, and on most occasions it'll retrace back and then ultimately get there at some level. And you're going to see that in the trade today. In fact, I'll show it to you here in just a few minutes. I had two trades today, but you're going to see what I'm talking about here in the example that I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. But there's two things, there's two lessons to be learned out of the two losing days that I had this week. The first 2 days of the week is one, obviously during contract rollover week, we need to be a bit more cautious and a bit more conservative with our targets. And even though I do feel like I understand that, it doesn't, again, sometimes this leads to lesson number two. I get a bit overconfident in my ability to predict and read what's going to happen. And during that period, sometimes I'm just wrong. And that's what you experienced on Monday and Tuesday of this week. So if you were a guest in on Monday and Tuesday of this week, you probably thought this is the worst place to be in the entire world. And so, again, it is a little bit choppy and bouncy during those times. That's the bad news. The good news is normally we're very good about reading the market. And again, as evidenced by the 10-day winning streak that we went through here in the first 2 weeks of November, we ended up today with 120 ticks. So again, we're back to normal. The contract officially ends tomorrow, but the majority of the volume was already shifted over to the 115 here today. So let's talk about the two trades that we took on CL today that gave us the opportunities. Again, in the morning here, we have our opening range trade. And what I said to the group this morning is that I was going to wait on the opening range trade this morning until we got a little bit of time under our belt. Now, having said that, the opening range trade long actually worked. 74.98 got up to 75.12, so there was a nice little move there to the top side. And then I was looking to get in here at 74.83, and I actually get slipped in at 74.80 before we make this run to the downside. So we took a little bit off of that. The reason that I stayed out of the front side opening range trade today was due primarily to the fact that, again, we were coming off a fairly difficult Monday and Tuesday of the week, and we did have the inventory report today. And so, again, based on that, I was a little bit more cautious here. So as the market opened up, let's take a look at your market maker levels. We opened up above the daily structure signal. This would have been your indication to get long off that opening range trade because we did open up above what the daily structure signal. We did pull back down a little bit here, but it did run up initially. 99 got you up to 13, so that was 12, 13 ticks. That would have been enough to get to 10 ticks, which is our first target on that opening range trade, and then move the rest to break even. Now, we did get in on the second side, and that's going to be the first video that I show you here today. I did get slipped in from 83 down to 80. and we were looking to target this daily structure mid down here. We took a few contracts off along the way as well. And again, this is what we're accustomed to seeing. We were looking to get down here to this 51 level, and eventually we did. Now, I didn't take the target here at 51. I was looking for a bit deeper down here to the daily structure signal. And so, again, I didn't take it all off here, but I did get one off, I believe, at maybe 10, the other one off at 15. I don't have my notes here in front of me, but you'll see it in the video. And then we were able to get, I think we finished up this trade. I think I say 41 initially, but I think it was 44 is what we ultimately said we got in terms of total ticks off of those 3 contracts here on the first trade of the day. The second trade of the day was right after that inventory report. Let's come back here. The inventory report was today at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, and that was around the proximity of our second trade here. So we opened up, came through the inventory report right about, let's see, it was right here at 9:30. So right here is where the inventory report happened. We were looking to get short right in this area here. Now, I had 51, 49, and 47 all in this area right here in terms of levels that we were looking at. We also had our center point here at 74.55. That's this green level right here, 74.55. So what you're going to see me do in that second trade is I am going to get in short at the 53 level, and we are looking to carry this down to the 74.03. Now, I was also looking for a bit deeper push, so it does come down to the 74.03 level, and I think it bounces back up. It takes me out up here, the final contract up here around the 2023 area. So as the market goes down, you can see almost immediately we got the push that we were looking for, and then we came right down to the first time touch level on your market maker levels right there, and we never see that level again for the rest of the day. So that's your market maker level, first time touch, daily structure signal, and then the market moves up and up and up for the rest of the day. So that right there was your big, actually that was the tick move down there at 74.3 off your daily structure signal. So by the time we got all said and done, we ended up 120 ticks on the day total, and so we were able to get out of the 2-day slump that we were in. So again, I'm going to let you watch the 2 trades of the day here as they occurred live in the trading room, and so you can get a feel for what happened as they went down. So without further ado, here is your first trade of the day. Okay, I'm nice and slipped in at 80. Nice slippage there at 80. 83 was the short. 10 ticks as the first target. Actually, let me move that down. I only have the one target on here, so let me get these in place here. 70, then 60. All right, 158 hit the bid down there at 80. Let's clear this out for a second here. And the stop is 92. I got slipped in 3 ticks to 80. This is the other side of the opening range trade. First target down there at 70. We'll try to get 10 ticks at 70 down there. There's 78, 77, 76. Let's get through it. 42 backfilling long at 76. There's 75. First target should maybe be 73 since the entry was 73. I'm going to leave it down there at 80. It's 10 ticks right there at 70. There's 76, 75. Just waiting here. Seeing about trying to push through it here. We are looking to target the market structure mid down there at 52, even though our center point in settlement is around 64 and 54 in that area. So we've got a lot of support at 54 and 64. Lots of support down there, so we'll see. Now a double bottom down here at 75. Now a double bottom down here at 75. My stop here is 91. 11 ticks to 91. First target down there is 70. We need to make it through the 75 level. And now you've got a double top-ish at 85. Boy, this is just slow and ugly. 88 is the stop. 8 ticks is the stop. If we get back down around 76, 75 and can't make our way through it, I'm going to go to break even. And I said double bottom at 75. It's actually 73, then 75. So there's 80.79 again. We've got a new candle in a minute and a half here. This is the other side of your opening range trade. Should have been in at 83. Got slipped in down to 80. 111 on the bid at 81. 25 just hit the offer at 80. This is the battle area right here. There's 82, 81. Patience here. Told you we'd close that gap. That gap was 73. On the RTH gap is down there at 73. I think we'll finish closing it. The RTH initial balance. Let's see. The initial balance low from yesterday was down there at 69. We came down. Stop here is 8 ticks to 88. Actually, 91 is the stop. 11 ticks to 91 is the stop. Okay, there's 84, 83 again. Just painfully slow here right now. There's 87, 88. That would have tagged me. We'll see. 70 orders backfilling short at 87. Sellers trying to step back in at 87. Stop is 91. 11 ticks to 91. We'll see. Need to get back down through 81.80. $174 on the bid down there at 80. You've got buyers backfilling a little bit here at 81 and 80. And 75 was, if we get to 75 again, it's going to be bringing the stop down to break even. We get down to 75, and we can't muscle through it. It's going to break even. There's 78, 77. It's just the energy here is beyond pathetic. Ha! At the moment. There's 81.80 again. I think that was a head fake up at the open. I think, again, we're very bearish here on the day. I think that was a head fake at the open. Got to get through 77, 76. There's a 78, 77 again. There we go, 76, 75. Break even on the stop now. There we go. Come on, fill me up at 70. Hit but no fill at 70. There we go. I got one off at 70 now, 10 ticks. The stop here is break even at 80. And we're looking to get down to then 60, then looking to get down to 60. And there's down to 64, 63. 60 is the next target. We got down to 62. Stop is break even plus 1 here. There's 66, 65. We should have already had 20 ticks to 63, but again, I got slipped. But whatever, we're going to make it to 60. 24 backfilling long at 63. We need a knife through that area right now. We need a knife through that area right now. The daily structure mid's down there at 51. Sellers backfilling at 68 here. New candle in 1 minute. Then we'd be looking to target down to 74, 73.89 again if we can make it through the 55 level. There's 65, 64, 129 on the bid at 65. There's 64. Let's get through 63, 62 again. We're going to make it 224 on the bid down there at 63. We're going to make it through 64, 63. I believe. New candle coming out in right now. So let's see if we can go attack 63, 62. 233 on the bid at 64. 201 at 65 on the bid. The sellers are trying to get through it right here. There's 63 again. We got down to 62. You've got buyer backfilling at 63 here. We're going to get through it down to 60. There's 62. Come on. 30. There's 62. Let's go 61. You've got buyers, sellers. Okay, there it is. There's your second target off at 20 ticks. Final target here, we're going to use a trailing stop on, and I'm going to bring it to 75. Now, 52, we may only get as deep as 52 here. So we get down to that 55, 52 level. I'm going to bring the stop down to 65. Actually, I'm going to bring it down to 71 right now. We got down to 60 and filled 28 orders down there, and ours was one of them, thank goodness. It's 55 and then 52 are the two levels that we're watching for here. Okay, we're having trouble getting through the 60 level. Having trouble getting through 60 at the moment. So we talked about this initially. There's the closing of the gap of your RTH session now. That was the closing of the gap. Gaps get filled, which is one of the reasons why when we began to move down, I was interested here. So we're going to bring this back up from 71 to 76. I'm going to give it some space here. We've been down to 60. We're going to pause around 65. Now keep in mind, settlement is at 64 here. Settlement is at 64. 64 is settlement. So we need to get a close below that. Here's your OTG support and resistance levels here. So settlement down here to 64. We ran into yesterday's point of control at 61. And then we've got our center point down here at 55. So we'll have to wait and see here what happens. $111, $221, and $273. Good seller volume at 66 to 64. But you've got good buyer volume from 64 up to 67. So this is where we're battling. And it's not surprising. This is settlement. That doesn't surprise me because we're at settlement. So a close down below 64 to start with will be good. We've got basically excellent support right here at 64. So back up into this area here. We hit settlement. We haven't closed below the settlement level yet. Well, we're glad you're here, Ken. Welcome this morning. It's good to have you in here. Okay, something's going on with my Ninja here. Something is going on with my Ninja. My stop is in place, but what I can't do is move around my charts here at all. Stop is up there at 76. Oh boy, what is going on here? Hang on a second, guys. Okay, found the problem. All right, solved. Stop is still 70. Actually, I'm going to go back to break even plus 2 to 78. I'm going to give it some space here. I still think we're going to come back down to this daily structure mid down here. We may not, but that's the anticipation level. Stop is break even plus 2 to 78. I'm going to see if I believe we're going to come back and test 64, which is settlement. We took half off at 1/3 off at 10, another third off at 20, and now we just are together here waiting. Hopefully I didn't say, hopefully I wasn't saying Dave, welcome back. I meant Ken if I did. Because I'm not, we don't welcome Dave back. All right, we're just being patient here right now. We got down as deep as 60, and that was the secondary target. We're back up here to 78. Is where the stop is right now. The stop is at 78. And we'll see. Let's just clear it out one more time and get a feel for what's going on here. All right, you are 3 minutes away from the open on the ES, and let's take a look at where those ES levels are going to form up here today. Let's take a look at where the ES levels are going to form. Still think we're going to 55. There's 65, 64 again. Got to get down and close below the 64. Okay, so there's the pit close here. Yep, there's 69 again. All right, on the ES, we're just waiting right now. We're going to wait here on the ES. See what shows up here. We just got down again into the 60s, down to 65. Got down to check settlement again. Look to target down around 55, but again, I'm going to leave that one on just in case it decides to break. But we do need to close below 64. We need to close below 64. We hit yesterday's point of control at 61. 74.61 was yesterday's point of control. So obviously it's an area of interest here today as well. The December contract is down around 65, 64. Okay, there is the open on the ES. Your daily structure signal is down here at 2049. The daily structure signal long 2045, although I'm going to hold off on that. I'm not doing anything with that. Here comes, we're going to wait and see how we respond here. So after 7 a.m., we haven't hit, yeah, we got pretty close. We still haven't hit either one. It's a very narrow range here, by the way. There's 65, 64 again. On 2045 quarter would be the long on the ES, 2045 quarter, but I'm not taking it right now. I'm going to just play this CL trade out. There's 65, 64 again. Back down to settlement here. Be nice if we could hang on to this CL trade for a while and have it play out down to 03 down there. That would be good. There's 64, 63. Let's see if we can challenge 60 again. If we can get through 60 down to 55 and bring in the stop, would bring the stop to 71. I'm going to put it at 76 as is, 75 as it is right now. There's 61.60. There we go. 60 to 59. We didn't hit the. All right, so this is why I waited on the long at 2045 here. I waited on that long. There's some. There's 62.61 again. We got down. We filled no orders on the bid down there. No orders on the bid at 59 yet. If this closes below 2045, it's 2043 is your target. I'm going to get long at 2043 on the ES. 2043 long ES. 2043 long on the ES. 108 at 55. That is your center point today at 74.55. That's your center point down there today. There's the 55 level. That's what we talked about, right down to 55. Okay, bringing the stop now down to 65 here. We may bounce back up. There's 54. Again, we said that we got down to, did we get to 52? That's right to your daily structure mid down there at 52. So I'm break even plus 15 on the stop here. We did get to your daily structure signal here on the ES and couldn't close below it. I'm going to bring this, we're going to go break even plus 11 to 69. Center point here is tough. Talked about that, right? That's where we said we could get down here too. Okay, Dave, got it. 2043 long on the ES. So we said 55. We got to the daily structure mid. I've got it in my mind at the moment that we should continue on down now to 04. 74.04. How are we going to be able to stay in is the question. Settlement is 64. I'm looking for a 10-ish or so tick bounce off 55. Stop is 69. Yeah, your ES has 30 seconds left on this candle here. 30 seconds left on this candle. So I've been tinkering with an opening range trade similar to what we look at on crude. On the ES today, it would have been extremely effective. Your entry would have been 2047. I'm looking at 2043 long on the ES. 20. Okay, there's 47.46 on crude. We're bringing the stop now down to break even plus 21 to 59. And I'm looking to target down there at the we're looking to try to get down to that 74.03 level down there. Now we are market structure signal here at 74.48. We're finding support here at the moment. Stop here is 20 ticks to 60 right now. 20 ticks to 60. 30 ticks positive here at the moment. Ended up closing below the daily structure signal, which should take us down there to the daily structure target, where I am looking to get long. I didn't put it on the chart. 2043 right here, long at 2043. 2043 long on the ES. There's hit but no fill, hit but no fill. I'm in at 2043. 8 tick stop. Boy, and this is going down aggressively here. We need to get back up over it here now. There's a big freaking move to the downside here on the ES. So I've got daily structure target, and I also had support here on your OTG support and resistance levels. Still in the crude trade here at the moment. Wow, this ES is heavy duty at the moment here. Daily extension down there. Okay, we need to close above 2042.75. There's 2043 again. We need to get north of this number right here. Come on, get up through it here. Stop his new low, 41.75. Get up through 43 here. We've got to get up through this 42.75 and then 43. Come on, get up through 43 here. There's 43 quarter. Come on, get up through 43 quarter here. Stop is 61 on the CL. Come on, get up through 42.75, 43 quarter. There's 43, 43 quarter. Now move through it. We get up through one more tick up to 43 half here. Get up to it. Stop is break even on the ES. Stop is break even on the ES. It's going to take me out, but I don't care. I don't want. It's pretty heavy to the downside, and I'm just not. I mean, it may work out. It looks like it might work out, but man, that's just too much heat for me here. And I've got a nice CL trade on deck. I'm not interested in giving it back on a standing in front of the ES train, although it may work out. In fact, it is working out. But it's still not worth the heat. I'm looking to target down to 03. Actually, 89 is the next target on the CL, but 03 would be fine as well. 03 would be fine as well. See, 15 ticks would be 65. I'm going to go to 65 on the stop here. I'm trying to give it some space. I'm going to get a tick above settlement. Golly. I was in at 43, and it's now 6. Been as high as 6 ticks positive on the ES. Oh, well. Like I said, a lot of heat there that I just wasn't that excited about dealing with. So we're back up over 55 here. We closed below the daily revision mid, so my expectation level is for a deeper move down. My expectation level is for a deeper move to the downside here. But we'll see. I am a tick above settlement, as we may have to come back and check settlement here. There's 61, 60, 60, 61 rather. Need to get back down through 55, of course. Now you'd have been 2 points positive on the ES, almost 2 points on the ES. Yeah, it is what it is. That was just a ton of grief down there that and it got, well, I mean, when it doesn't react at my levels, it makes me very nervous, but there's 8 ticks. When it doesn't immediately react, it makes me nervous, but it got 8 ticks. I don't know if you'd have been filled at the 8 tick. No, you wouldn't have. You would not have. You might have now, though. Yes, you would have now. Oh, well. Okay, back down to 55. We're looking to get to 73.89 down here. And you are 45 minutes away from the inventory report. 45 minutes away. Anybody hang on to the ES just out of curiosity? Probably not. I'm going to assume no, but you never know. $66, my stop. Again, at 55 is the center point settlement's up there at 64. I'm expecting a move back down through it here. All right, one more time. Can you hear me okay? A couple of questions, and I'm getting crickets, no responses. So you guys here today? Okay, cool. So I know Ken and Greg are here. Great. It's good to see you guys. Very good. All right, we're looking now 26 to 03 to 89 potentially here on CL. So these are the different mile markers that we have to get through here. And 55 is going to be huge, right? 55 is huge. Previous session low, 17. ETH session open at 26 down there. So we really have got to get through the 55 level with some commitment. That's just a bummer on that ES, man. I took it out too soon. I just, with that heat on the way down, it was the right move. It's been that way for me over there for a couple of days where I'm just, again, that's being out of rhythm. That's when you're out of rhythm. That's how I know, is I bail out early. That's how I know. Double topish right here in this area. All right, we are still inside, obviously, your initial bounce. There's 64.65. That's where the stop was going to be. We'll see if it... Nope, out at 66. That's okay. Okay, so that was the end of trade number one there. You can see that we got slipped in from 83 down to 80, and then we pulled back into our center line, and then we got taken out on the retracement on the trailing stop. Trade number two here was the trade that we took right after the inventory report. We were looking to get in underneath those levels that I mentioned to you earlier. The key there was the center point there at 55, and then, of course, we had those other two market maker levels that we were interested in getting short around that area as well. So, again, here is the CL trade of the day, trade number two, trade of the day here on the CL. I'm in at 53. First target is... We're going to target 33, then 22 down here. 33, then 22. There's 47, 46. We've got to get through with some energy this 48 level. First target down there at 33, then 22. I'm in here at 43. There's 46, 45, 44. Let's go. Stop is 52. All right, there's 37, 36. Come on. Come on. We're going to take it off right here. 15 ticks at 38. First target off at 38. Next target is down here to 22. There's 15 ticks. Next target, 22. Stop is 52. Break even plus 1 to 52. We're looking for 22 now. This is a bearish number. Once we said we kind of get through these levels here, we should make the move down. 2035 quarter right now. Long on the ES. We may pull back up into these levels here. We'll have a new set of revisions coming out here in just a minute. Looking for 22. Daily revision target down there. 53 to 22 would be 31 ticks. You've got some aggressive looking move to the downside here. You're going to get a new set of revisions coming out here at the end of this candle in 3 minutes. There's 33, 32, 31. Looking to, okay, there's 25 down through 17, 18. So you got 31 ticks on the second one. And we're going to bring this down to 42. So it puts us up 87 here. There's your daily revision target here now. The signal, the next one is down there at the 04 level. Now, we may linger around 26 for some time here. I'm going to bring this down to 30. Let's see, I'm in at 53. Going to go break even plus 21. Okay, there's 9, 8. This is a bearish number. Okay, 03 is the revision signal down here. We may pause around that level. I'm going to bring this down to break even plus 30 to 23 here. And we'll see. Okay, 03 is a big number here for us. Let's go ahead and bring this down to 21 on the stop. Break even plus 32 to 21. Actually, the revision target here is 22. Let's go ahead and bring this. I'm going to bring this back not to 21. I'm going to bring it back up to 30. 20. All right. Let me slow down here. You've got the daily revision target. I want to close below that. We then look for the revision signal down here. We're going to get a new revision signal form up here in about a minute and a half. You're going to get a new revision form up in about a minute and a half. We did get down as deep as 07, where you had 112 orders hit the you had 112 hit the bid down there at the 07 level. I'm expecting it to get through. Now, then I would be looking at 89 as a potential stopping point, at least initially. 89 is the stopping point, at least initially here, as long as we can close below the revision target here at 22. Now, we don't close below 22. All right, so on your RTH break of your initial balance, that's down there at 09. You see that level down there at 09. That's where we stabbed into. $2037 quarter long ES. Cancel. I'm canceling the ES. I'm not going to risk any. I'm not going to risk it here. Be right back. You see where my stop is. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that ES long down there, although that is a decent spot, 2037 quarter. But I'm in such a nice CL trade. I don't want to give anything back today. I'm 40 ticks positive on the ES. We closed below the revision signal. We've closed and opened below the new revision signal here at 17. That's an excellent sign. There's 08, 07. Okay, let's bring this stop down to 22 now. There's 87. 89 is potential target. We got to get through the 03 daily revision down there. It's 50 ticks here on the move. 121 long at 04, just above the, at the 00 level. Bringing it here to 18. 21 is my trailing stop right now. 43 ticks here. 121 orders long at 00. We just hit the daily structure signal down there. First time touch long. We need that to hold. We need that to break. We don't want it to hold, rather. And I think it will break. That's it trying to let you out right there, I believe. That's it, trying to let you out. 42 ticks positive here. I'm in from 53, so I'm protecting 31 ticks to 22. We did hit down to the 03 level. And I didn't get long down there because I think we're going south here. But again, 23 is the stop. Break even plus 30 to 23. There's 22. And out at 30 ticks on the final contract. Oh, well. Yeah, that was the touch of your daily structure signal down there. That puts me up right at 120 ticks on the day. And I'm done. That's it. Not doing anything else today. That's it for me. So, market, again, we're getting out of and into the second half of this Okay, so that concludes today's video here. It was good to get back to our winning ways here. Difficult day on Monday and Tuesday, but back to the winning here. And again, with the contract rollover period over, we are looking for at least another good 4 or 5 trading days, and then we get into the holiday next week. So again, as always, I want to say thank you for watching the videos here today. It is certainly good to have you, and we appreciate you spending some time watching the videos as we go through them here on a daily basis. If you are interested in signing up for a free trial, there's several ways to do it. You can go to the website, hit the drop-down menu for the free trial. If you are receiving the link to this video in an email, there will be a way to sign up for free trials in there as well. And last but not least, if you are watching this video all the way to completion, there will be a link at the end of the video that you can sign up for your free trial as well. So again, as always, I want to say thank you for spending time with us here and our videos. And until tomorrow, I want to wish you good luck and good trading.